Hello folks, good evening. How we doing? Sunday night, come to the end of the weekend, and I've got a few days left here for a written exam, so just want to do a brief kind of update. What's going on? Dude, for him, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well, getting back into the groove. Not easy to do because I know work's still going to be weird. Like tomorrow, I work only, it won't be a full day tomorrow, right? And then we have Tuesday off. But I'm still in full swing. I've got 3 days to the exam, not even 3 full days. I've really got a day and a half of study. But that's okay. We're getting there. Today I got a lot done. Did a lot of memorization drills and clarification on a few details. To me, it was kind of like, you're working on a big puzzle and you get to where there's a few pieces that are really difficult to find. But as you develop the puzzle and you get more and more detail taken care of, it's like, oh, okay, I know what piece goes there, It kind of felt like that today, really. It felt really good. I hit on just about everything because I was just cycling through my own flashcards. And I've probably gone through 350 plus. But I would stop because I'd do one and I'd question it or want further clarification. So I would just Google search or hit networklessons.com or something else just to sort of clarify things. I also went through my last written fail notes, which I had a lot of details on, and I filled in a few missing pieces there as well. So continue to build on knowledge, fill the gaps. I'm feeling a lot more confident going into this one, to be honest. So we'll never have complete confidence for the written just because of what I've already experienced and how broad and deep it is. But I don't know, I'm feeling a lot more prepared this time. A lot more prepared. So we'll see what happens. Next few days, Monday, tomorrow's going to be a partial day. I don't have the day off, but they'll dismiss us probably midday, to be honest. So I'll have afternoon to do some study. And then Tuesday all day I have the day off, and Wednesday, of course. Tuesday's a holiday here. So I don't plan, I had an invite to sort of go to a New Year's party, but not going to do it. I don't know, I just feel like I'm going to need extra time, and who knows what time I wake up the next day, so not going to happen. Good choice. Yeah, dude, for him. Although I will say, I thought that it was going to be a nice little mental break in there, but I think I'm going to take a mental break tonight because, to be honest, today is when it really hit me, like some mental fatigue. In fact, about an hour ago. I was going through more cards, and I was really starting to feel, when you're using a tool and it starts to feel dull, like it needs to be sharpened. It's time to sharpen the saw. Kind of a reference to 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, too. Stephen Covey sort of terminology. But yeah, my mind's feeling dull right now, and I've been going, that's the title of the stream, Losing Track of Time. As a matter of fact, I started getting ready for the stream. I usually start getting ready about a half hour before, and I forgot what day it was. Like, that's how kind of removed I am right now from everything, and how focused I've been on this review part, getting ready, which is good. That's good in a way. I would say getting ready for the practical exam, or if I have to take this again, I hope to be at a point prior to the exam where I've sort of lost track of what day it is because I've been so focused and had enough time and no distraction. So that's good in a way, but it also was a sign of fatigue. Like, I'm getting kind of tired, and you start clicking next to the cards, and I didn't really get that one, but I'm going to click next anyway. Yeah, I'm at that point. So tonight, I think I've decided that after the stream, I'm watch a movie or something. and then not go to a New Year's thing. So anyway, so yeah, tomorrow I hope to go back to my first written fail notes in depth, although they're not nearly as detailed. And that's my bad, and that was mainly because I was at Cisco Live and I couldn't concentrate, and it was kind of the first fail, so it was a emotional impact, distracting, you know. So anyway, I still have some good notes there that I want to review tomorrow in the afternoon. Go back through my flashcards. I probably went through 40% of them today, like in detail. But I hope that on Monday and Tuesday to get through all the rest of those. And time permitting, I'm going to go back to the INE test questions. And what I mean by INE test questions is if you have the access to the videos, at the end of each major section, Brian McGann has some slides where he goes through some sort of review questions, like some test your knowledge type question. They're really good. I've listened to a number of those, though, on my road trips. So I kind of already have a leg up on that. And I wrote some of them down on Post-its. But I still want to go back through some of those, or good test of knowledge, CCI in 8 weeks, the exam preparedness sections. And then, last but not least, some of neckercube's flashcards. Although those are dizzying, like 3,500 cards. You know what I may do is use the search feature. So, like right now, if I browse, I've got both decks loaded here again. So I can go whole collection, and then I can search by, you know, auto QoS or something like that. And I may just, you know, do certain topics and just go through here, quick review, you know, kind of thing. So great tools, though. Excellent tools. What I also did today is I took some time to do my day of plan. And I know this is a little, as my dad would say, anal retentive, but I actually, you know, got ready for what is my day of plan. So I went back, I looked at the time, and my time is 10:15 a.m. This is a new location for me, so, you know, I figured out what time I need to leave, what time I want to get there, you know, what time I want to leave, therefore, how much prep time I need prior to leaving, and what time I need to wake up, and what time I need to go to sleep the night before, all that. So I have that now, like in military time, like it's all ready to go. I printed out the appointment because at the last one was a little crazy. Like they couldn't find my appointment when I got there. They were late. No one was there. I was knocking on the door. You may have heard about that experience. They had a problem like booting up their system. So this time I'm going to have a printed out appointment from Pearson VUE. Also going to make sure I have paper available, like enough paper in my truck. I'm going to have a little stack of things that I take. 2 forms of ID, which is never a problem, but it's one thing I sometimes forget when you get there. Oh, sir, you know, you have your driver's license out or whatever. Well, you need to have 2 things with your name on them, right? Because they require 2 forms of ID, 1 photo ID. Something I didn't do well the last 2 times is having a write-out page. And I started this with the CCNA, but I kind of let it go. Dude, for him, I set up a Pearson VUE testing center for the U.S. Navy. Oh, really? It's just a VPN tunnel that the testing software connects to. Yeah, I would imagine it would be kind of simple, right? And then you run the software, or, you know, hosted at Pearson VUE, right? Open one port out on the firewall. That makes sense. But yeah, I just want to have that just in case. And then the other thing I did this time, you know, last time I scheduled, I'm more an early morning person, so I scheduled it for the first available appointment. This time, just in case, I scheduled it for like the second available appointment. So just in case they're late, yeah, I'll be available. But the write out page is, you know how they give you the infamous yellow page with a marker that you can write things on or use for figuring or calculating or whatever. This time I started like a write out sheet, and I've done this on one or two exams maybe, where I'll go there and things that I want to just make sure that are important for memorization. Before I click start on the exam, I actually go through, I sit down and I write out everything beforehand that I want to have there for a quick reference. So I've started a little write out page for just some things. And as I've been going through my review today, and I'll do this for the next 2 days, I'm going to add a few things. I don't want to add a whole bunch of things to it, but just things that have gotten me a number of times that are memorization things. I'm just going to have a write out page where, before I would write it out, I would practice writing it out here at home, like over and over until I got it right. And then when I get there, I'm going to write that out on the provided page that we have with the marker. So that is my day of plan, and it's ready to go. Just a little trivia today. The SNMPv3 options. So this is always interesting, right? And can be confusing. You've got 3 options here. Hey, there's Casadics. Man, I always bring white paper to test center. I hate to use a little whiteboard. It's horrible to use. Well, that's interesting because actually, at least in my experience, they do not allow you to take in any materials. I'd be surprised that there was one that did allow you to do that, Casadics, but I guess it depends. Maybe it's not Pearson VUE, maybe it wasn't Cisco, but at least here at Pearson VUE, everyone that I've been to, you get a locker. Like when you get in, you get a locker. All your personal effects have to go in there. You're not allowed to take in, your cell phone, obviously. Nothing, right? Just plain A4 or letter white paper. Yeah, they do not allow that in every exam I've been to. That's why they have the yellow, ideal anyway, is that's why you have the yellow and the marker that they issue to you, because obviously people will try to cheat, right? And I'm amazed. I would not count on being able to have that available. Let me just put it that way, Casadics. There was one exam I took that it was not yellow. It was white, but it was, what's that called? Where they, it's laminated. Yeah. So I've only been to one testing center where the laminated page was not yellow, it was white, but it was white, it was laminated, and they supplied it. You get a VisVis pen that smears everything you write. Yeah, the pens are horrible, D. Douglas. So true. And I've had different experiences with that, right? But yeah, that's all you get. Typically, every exam I've been to, they give you a locker, and you take nothing with you into the exam room. Well, the problem with the whiteboard is it gets hands dirty. It does, and I've had some where they give you like a marker. I've had others where they just give you like a rag. I had others where they just give you, they don't even give you the spray. They just give me like a paper towel. I would always plan for the worst. Always practice weeks before the test at home. Yeah, that's a great idea, D. Douglas. As a matter of fact, before I started on the CCNP, I actually went to Kinko's and I had them make me a laminated yellow canary color. I wanted everything to be the same. But always plan for the worst. And, so that you're not thrown off psychologically when things aren't what you expect them to be. Be prepared to, and that's why, when I prepare for the lab, I'm going to use putty where you can't right-click paste. small screens. You do at least get 2 monitors now for the lab exam, but that's relatively new as well, from what I understand. But plan for the worst. But yeah, I'm going to practice probably a little tomorrow. I don't have a lot on there. That may change for the lab. It may not, because with the lab exam, you get access to the quote-unquote doc CD, right? But yeah, so back to trivia. True or false? DES is used for authentication when using the SNMPv3 AuthPriv option. What is everyone's guess on that? Feel free to guess in the chat, or just guess in your head, or say it out loud at home if you want. But let's talk about this a little bit. So SNMPv3, dude for him says true, uses DES 56. Well, here's the thing, like SNMPv3, you have 3 options, right? No auth, no priv, which means no authentication, no encryption. Then you have SNMPv3 auth, no priv. And then finally you have this third option, auth priv. So the question becomes and the true false statement here is regarding authentication. So we can talk first about encryption, which is priv is encryption. So this means with encryption that the actual payload of the SNMP message will be encrypted, right? And for those, we know that we can use DES, triple DES, and AES encryption. For authentication, which again, when you use authentication, encryption is optional. That's the auth, right? So what I understand is that regardless of the encryption, whether it's enabled or not, that you have 2 options for authentication. And again, authentication is just to verify the authenticity of the message, right? So that someone's not forging a message. And this requires a hash, right? An authentication hash. And this can be generated by either, as I understand it, and I'm going to double check this dude for him, but I believe this is MD5 or SHA. So regardless of whether you use encryption or not, this is your authentication option here, from what I understand. So this would be false, but let's double check that. This is based on a research I did today, but I could be wrong. So let me... MD5 or SHA, it can use DES to assist in authentication. I disagree. Okay. Encrypt the authentication. All right, let's see here. That's why I want to check on this. So let's say... well, let's just go to iOS. I have some packets captured, I believe, but this configuration guides. Let's just Google search it. SNMPv3 authentication options. Here's a PDF. Okay, so this is where I think this is where I got this information, dude, for him. So we've got no auth, no priv. Authentication is via username. uses a username match for authentication, right? It's still doing authentication. It's just not hashed, right? It's insecure. With the auth no priv, provides authentication based on the hashed message authentication code, MD5, or SHA algorithms. And then we have AuthPriv, which is MD5 or SHA for authentication. Encryption is DES. Provides authentication based on the HMAC MD5 or HMAC SHA algorithms. In addition to authentication, provides DES 56-bit encryption based on the cipher blockchaining standard. I wonder if this is old, because I thought you had additional algorithms available for encryption. I didn't make any changes. Why does it want to? Let's go site cisco.com. But let's just do AuthPriv site. These are all community pages. I tell you, man, I've been so disenchanted with Cisco's documentation the last few days. It's been driving me nuts. Well, this is 15E. So that's pretty current. Let's see if it has the same chart. It does. It still says, though, just DES 56. That's the thing, dude, for him. Like, I could have swore I went over this today. I should have been able to answer like that, but I doubted myself because my brain is about to take leave of itself. All right, so this is 15. Maybe this is just the Cisco implementation too. That could be part of it. But yeah, let's actually look at a SNMP PCAP. I have looked at these before when I was studying this, when I was labbing this. It's all good. So much information, too much, makes me want to just give up and play my... I know, man, so many little naggy details, right? That you think, why do I need to remember this when I can always look it up? I know, man. Trust me, I know. Oh, yeah, I've actually done this. This was cool. So one day I did this. I pulled this PCAP and I learned the Wireshark feature where you can go in and specify the secret. And I was able to reveal it in Wireshark. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's been a while. So a series of authenticated and some encrypted. Okay, let's see. It's all good. This is good because it's getting me away from like just staring at the Anki program all day. Interesting, 127001 to destination 127001. This was a very limited sort of lab scenario here. Message version 3, global data. Authentication parameters, privacy parameters. Message data. Oh, that's a GET request. Reports. So these are not encrypted. And apparently these are. Yeah, these are not encrypted. Here's the next response. And here's your authentication parameters. And the response. Request ID, no error. So this payload is unencrypted, but it is authenticated. There is an authentication hash here. But up here, it's encrypted. So basically, we know the message type. We know it's UDP, destination port 161, message type version 3. Like all the header data is not encrypted, right? But here's again, the authentication parameters, which is the hash. Here's the username, which is not encrypted. But here's all the message data. This is all scrambled. So good stuff, guys. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up. I don't have any meat chunks. I've not been on social media today. I probably will here in a minute. That'll help relax me and as I watch a movie. And I wish all the best for everyone. I know it's Sunday night, so everyone's getting ready for their week. It'll be a short week for a lot of us. And maybe I'll play a little Minesweeper, Dude for Him. I actually enjoyed playing Minesweeper, believe it or not. I liked it more than Solitaire on the old Windows 95, 98. To me, it was like a hidden gem. But anyway, great hanging out with you folks. Wish all a great Sunday evening, and we shall see you tomorrow. I plan to stream tomorrow as well, and Tuesday and Wednesday. So I should be here every night, same time, and we'll let you know how it goes. We'll roll with it. Y'all have a great night. Send everybody good bits out to the universe. You can follow us on YouTube and, of course, Twitter and Instagram. And if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get a free Twitch Prime account that you can, of course, be happy if you use it here. If you have one available, you have to renew it every 30 days. It doesn't renew all by itself. Thanks so much, folks, for stopping in. We shall see you tomorrow here on the Land Tamer stream. Have a good night.